So today's December 17th. Every year around this time of year, I like to go around my hives and install these sugar boards, these sugar shims that I have here. And I like to pick a day where it's about 55, 60 degrees. So today is a perfect day. High's about 62. So it shouldn't mess with the bees, popping the lids. I'll be fairly quick. These boards here, I just have half inch hardware and a little vent hole at the top. That's the only vent that the hives will have. And then I just lay down one sheet of newspaper on the inside of this, and then I do about 4 to 5 pounds of dry sugar per hive. When the sugar's on, I'll take my sprayer, spray the sugar. That just kind of keeps it from falling down into the frames. And then also, this time of year, I will go around and put my Reflectix kind of inner cover on top. That will keep the heat in and create a nice seal around the outside with the weights of the lids when I put on my hives. And I won't take these off till the springtime, but it's real nice because I can just peel this up in January, February, and check on the sugar and add more if I want. The reason why I use the sugar instead of like a hard candy, I've realized that the dry sugar will collect a lot of the moisture in the hive and help it from dripping onto the cluster of bees. So it's dry when it goes in, and then within a couple weeks it'll harden up like a brick, and the bees can get up there and eat as they need. It's more of an emergency feed for more so like late January, early February. I just like to put it on in the middle of December. So on a warmer day, because there's not that many warm days in January, February. Also, if you put it on too early, say mid-October, November, the bees they'll just eat it before they actually need it as for emergency feed. I shouldn't need to use my smoker today. Bees should be clustered and not too active, but we'll see. So yeah, let me get suited up and get some of this stuff together, and I'll show you how I do that. It's always kind of nerve-wracking doing this time of year. Again, because you got to open up the hive, so I'll probably have some dead outs. Not too sure, but I'll take you guys along today. So to prep myself, I just put the shim on top of the hive that I'm going to be installing it. I wet this paper a little bit, this newspaper, and I just make it easy and have a bucket here with dry sugar. And I just simply cover the top, and I give each hive 2 good scoops, just like this. Just like that, and then a little spray down. And that's really it. So let's open this hive here. I don't think I'll need the smoker. And again, I want to be kind of quick doing this. Always put the vent hole towards the back. Just like that. Now these bees have to go back in here because I'm putting that silver, the heck's it called? Reflectix on. So they don't really like that. That'll wake them up. Now take this Reflectix, put that on. And there we go. Kind of straighten this up some. And then I'm just going to go down the line. That cluster looked pretty good. So here's another way that I will also feed dry sugar, and that's just with a shim that I built. This does have a little vent hole, but no wire. So this was just in a pinch. I'll make these up, and it's the same way except the newspaper will be on top of the frames. It's a little bit smaller cluster. So take the newspaper, like that. If you spray it. This is warm water, by the way. I'm not spraying cold water on them, and not too much. That was a little bit smaller cluster. And same deal here. 2 scoops of sugar. And this will be hard when I come back in the springtime. And I'll just reuse this to feed sugar water. And again, these bees have to come off of here. They don't really like that. Reflectix on. Get out of there. There you go. So now I got a couple nukes out here, and I'll show you one of those too. All right, so I got a nuke here. Same thing. This shim has the hardware cloth in it. These ones I don't give as much. Maybe 1 cup. Spray the top of the sugar just to stop it from rolling down into the frames. Set that aside. These are 5/5 nukes. Oh yeah, they got tons of honey up here. Nice cluster. Same deal. Got to go get a nuke Reflectix. Also, you want the vent hole. I like to put mine towards the back. Just like that. This Reflectix is nice too because the heat they create is bounced off and back down to the cluster. And it helps keep moisture and rain out. And then I'll just put my brick back on. And this will all get stuck together and be good to go. Yeah, so I'm gonna go down the line here and I'll get back with you guys. All right, so I've done 3 of the 4 yards today, and believe it or not, I have no losses yet. I got 12 colonies over here. I'm gonna check. I just did my dad's house. Those all look good. He's out here helping me today. So we're all set up, and I'm gonna give him the camera, and he's gonna follow me around, and we're gonna check some of these out. All right, so just like the first yard, I'm gonna go through and set myself up first, which I'll be right back. I don't have any newspaper. All right, so I got the newspaper. Can't really do this without newspaper. So just to make it go a little bit quicker, I'll normally stack up quite a few of these when I'm doing this. and spray it down and put the sugar in there. Especially when I'm by myself, as it goes a lot smoother. Another thing why I like to spray this newspaper down with some warm water is it doesn't fly away on you when you're putting this dry sugar on. But just for this video, I'll just show you guys. Normally do about two scoops. Give it a good squirt down. And then see what these colonies look like. Doesn't look like there's any dead outs over here either. Nice cluster. Vent hole to the back. Then I'll put my Reflectix on top. Again, to keep the heat in. And that's that. And then I'll just keep going down the line. So I'll just show you guys when I pop some of these colonies, and just to see what the populations look like. All right, so this is what I was talking about when I kind of set myself up when I'm doing this by myself, so I can go through fairly quick. Just pop the hive, put the sugar board on, put my Reflectix inner cover, and then move on to the next. So we'll go through here. I'm going to skip this one. That's got a double. Bees look really good for this time of year. And I'm glad I'm giving them this extra insurance with this sugar. They still got a good amount of weight on them from the 4 gallons I gave them. I'll come back in about mid-January and check on them and see what they look like as far as sugar goes. And once you have this all prepped and laid out, it goes pretty fast. Especially if you're out here by yourself. No dead outs yet. We'll see if I get lucky. There's a real small one. Yeah, they got a lot of weight. We'll see. Sometimes those smaller ones will surprise you in the springtime. Come out bigger than some of these other ones. I stopped using inner covers and went to this Reflectix stuff. And I really like it, and it's cheap. Especially if you're running over, I would say probably about 30 colonies. Definitely worth investing into it. Even if they get chewed up, you can always just buy more and cut them. And they work good for nukes. And they keep the colony airtight. Help with any water getting in the cracks, especially when they propolize it. All right, got a few more over here. Yeah, these hives look good. Nice size clusters. I'm gonna be busy in the spring. Every hive has been looking just like this. Which makes me happy, because last year, this time of year, I was popping these lids and having quite a few dead outs, which I think were mite loads. And now I finally have a summer treatment plan, so helping me out. Do this last one, and then that'll be it. Looking good. Excuse me. All right, so I went through all 41 of them and no losses. Got the shims on with the dry sugar method, kind of for an insurance through January. And I think today was a perfect day to do it. So I'll be back probably in a month to check them if I get a warm enough day. Other than that, not much to do besides build boxes and put frames together. Thank you for watching.